안녕.
안녕, 저는 지은.
저는 벤이에요.
Morning.
Today we are off outside of Hanoi. We're going to Bai Tu Long Bay, which is one of the lesser known bays of Vietnam. What is it? Hai Tu Long Bay? What's the more common one?
하롱베이.
Halong Bay, yeah. So Halong Bay is much more famous. And we decided to go to Bai Tu Long Bay because it's a bit less well known and you can also stay on houseboats there. And actually, Bai Tu Long Bay is connected to Halong Bay as well. So we took one of these minibuses from Hanoi. It cost about 300,000 VND, which wasn't too bad, and it took us all the way directly from our hotel to the ferry terminal. And you need to get a boat to get anywhere on Bai Tu Long Bay.
Yeah, this was the Aotearoa port to get a boat to the AirBnB floating house.
So before we set off, we also grabbed some food.
Not that great.
No. We thought it didn't look that great, but actually it was pretty tasty. So to get to the houseboat, we had to get a boat taxi. And these departed pretty much every 10 minutes, it seemed like, from the dock.
Yeah, we pre-arranged this with AirBnB host.
And this is our one.
Yeah, it took quite a long time, but we appreciated all this beautiful nature. We took a nap a little bit, but it almost took more than an hour, I think. And because there are so many different stops on the way, and I think we were the last stop, so that took a while. But magnificent sceneries on the way.
Incredible scenery. It's really beautiful. It's all very unspoiled as well, so there's not too much development in Bai Tu Long Bay. There weren't too many ferries. It was mainly sort of working boats like this, sort of kind of fish farms, and there are also some houseboats dotted around. So they're in more sheltered areas like this one. You'll just see peeking around the corner.
This was the custom kind of office. It looked quite suspicious, but I don't know what's going on there.
And here's our houseboat. It was nestled between two islands, really serene. You could go swimming in the water, there were kayaks. 평화랑 풍경.
Inside. Yeah. Okay. So, how do you call it? We call it
Yeah, this is horseshoe crab, and I've never seen living horseshoe crab. It was really nice to be able to touch it.
This one is super. Come to you.
Hello.
We were quite excited about the canoes and the kayaks. We hadn't really kayaked much before, so we wanted to go out and explore.
And our Airbnb host brought us to the cave that he found.
Yeah, he just said, well, because he had to move his house. His house was somewhere else before, and he moved it to this part of the bay. And he said, well, I went out on my boat, and I found this cave, and I wanted to show it to you. And we're like, oh, we're expecting quite a small little cave. And we get there, so you can't see it, but we've arrived at the cave. Oh, it's really cold.
Air conditioner.
That's natural AC. It's an organic one.
Yeah. Ooh.
Wow, that's really nice.
It's massive.
this is our host dog, and he was incredibly fluent in English and very kind to walk through all of the history around this area during the Vietnam War.
It's cow seats. Cow sides.
So this was the plate found in this cave used during the war.
And this cave was really big, so there were actually multiple entrances. There was some high up, some low down, and you could actually get the whole way through to where the houseboat was too. It's so beautiful.
Wait, we're gonna crash. Yeah, nice sunset timing. Look at that, flying fish.
Yeah, this was incredible. So there were all these fish, these tiny little fish in the bay, and when it got to evening, they would all sort of dive out of the water, and you'd just sort of hear this swooshing sound as they all were diving in and out of the water. It was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. As the sun set, we had the smells of cooking wafting over to us. And they're cooked dinner for the whole boat. So I think we paid about 150,000 VND each for the meal that night.
It was incredible. It has so many different dishes. The host dog cooked for us, and it was really tasty.
It's quite an experience as compared to Sapa. Really nice. I have not been to Sapa.
So we lay down here to watch the stars. Unfortunately, the moon was too bright, but apparently this water is photoluminescent, so it glows at night, but it didn't get quite dark enough because the moon was so bright. But we had a really incredible view of the sky and the stars.
Good morning.
So here's our room. You get a little charging slot. You also get a fan. The fans were incredibly noisy. Somebody had theirs on in the room next to us, and it was like deafening. It was unbelievably loud. Anyway, we chilled out a little bit. This is our last day on the boat, and we thought it'd actually be nice to take out the kayaks again and go do a little bit exploring. Here's breakfast.
Yeah, it's a sweet potato glass noodle, I think. And yeah, Doc said we have a big 2 lagoons at the corner. So it took about 40 minutes to kayaking there.
It was quite a long kayak. I was quite tired by the time we got to the lagoon.
Where are we going?
We're going to the lagoon, but I don't know if it's a very clean lagoon. It was dirty when we got there. So over this sand mound was the actual lagoon.
Disappointing.
Yeah, I think you can see I'm a little bit disappointed when I came up. I was hoping it'd be a sparkling blue lagoon. But anyway, we decided to go explore. We were going to go swimming, and we decided we weren't sure how clean the water was.
Yeah, it's a shame. I can clearly see if it is a lot cleaner, it could have been a lot nicer, beautiful lagoon, but yeah, we couldn't. But I was trying to get around to the next lagoon, but in the middle I gave up because it was too muddy.
And of the deadly sharp rocks, they were all like razors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
So we decided to head back to the boat. It was still a nice adventure. I'm glad we went round.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice to see the scenery again. All this beautiful. It's beautiful. Tranquil, floating islands.
It tired me out. I had a nap.
Ben was exhausted. It was about time to leave. We only managed to book this floating house for a night, but other guests were mostly staying, and there were construction work during the day. So I think they are planning to expand for a couple more rooms.
So this is one of the fish farms, one of the high-speed boats that you can take, and so that boat is one of the ones that lights up and attracts all the fish to it, isn't it?
Yeah, the previous one was oyster farm, and the light boat was squid boat.
So here we are back on land. We're actually going to go somewhere else in Vietnam, the mountain region of Sapa by sleeping bus. And we'll look forward to sharing that with you in the next episode.
Bye!